Saliva. I feel like Arteta they actually lined up the best midfield trio yesterday.
Somebody said Arteta has replaced Ten Hag as chief of Taliban by playing 3 holding midfielders yesterday.
Bro,
nasty. And you can be with someone, you can be chatting with someone, and then they are super chatty about sex, and then when you guys meet, the person is not even.
So try 200 level. Not everybody, 200 level. Almost everybody had the lowest GPA. You had all the time in the world.
Wait now.
And you see a lot of them on the dating app. In fact, they'll be the ones that are actually matching with you. You understand? And what I do is just I call swap on. It's not like I'm saying that people that didn't go to school are not suited for me or anything. I'm just saying I feel more confident. No, because
can I call you back? I want to go and close the fridge. No interest.
She has no problem if he uses a condom. And the guy was like, sex is supposed to be enjoyable. Why should?
Saliva.
Bolish, you are just a hater. That's what you are, a pure hater.
Mother Bolish alone. Let him enjoy. It's his time now. I've had the best of him, so
there is something I said that it will come to a point where it will get to maybe February, and FA and Man City will have finished their back and forth, and FA will say, okay, your punishment is 25 points deduction. I'll be 30 points or whatever.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Wait now, and Man City will say, okay, all we have to do is try to stay alive in the league because, we make sure we don't go to relegation. And then they know that they cannot win the league. Then Arsenal that has been second 2 years in a row will now go and finish third. This particular Liverpool will now be one that will now win the league.
Babala plot twist. But I mean, it's a reason why you're not a scriptwriter or you're not in the movie industry. So
okay.
Just dream on.
But we're 13 call for the last 3 years to share. Don't want to be writing for 3 years now.
It was looking like a joke.
No, Allah.
There wasn't much of a dialogue like this one.
Is there winter in Akure? What am I looking at?
Nah,
we have to represent the Gunners today. So red must always be.
Nah, it's code from Idona use.
No, that makes no sense. If you can't afford a jersey, just says.
Is it Idona or Idona?
I can't afford a jersey, but I can afford a winter jacket. Like make it make sense.
No, like I mean, so that we get it that you're actually mocking us now.
Like make it make sense.
Okay, I don't know why they're coming after you today.
Be ready for no.
I feel like you've escaped banter for a very long time anyway. So
pitch on low. Anybody where they go to say flu day. It's not flu season.
Actually, it's flu season.
It's Saliba season.
It's flu season. It's flu season. How far abolish? Rewant to be more.
Is that what we are here for? Since
when Rewan don't date that babe?
I don't know about idea.
I don't think now. You don't date now.
Wow.
You where you don't get madam, you never born. You tell me where I don't get madam, make I go born. See, I don't go teach them for what to need. I don't understand.
I'm just
you don't the land of milk and honey. You don't the land of milk and honey. Me, I see the
small play like this. You don't scatter everywhere.
Me, I know. I did T-Pain economy.
That's true.
Milk and honey. You say make I go born. Say when I born finish.
She sent me a message actually. She said when I go invite her coming this show.
Ooh.
When does she want to join us?
I mean, it depends on you guys now.
Now,
Finally,
you stylishly oppress us. You won't come do the oppression face to face.
No, maybe she
Okay. Let me just get babe. Let me get you.
No.
Maybe you invite your babe to that day.
Yeah,
Me and Wale go dey do anchor.
I know it will make sense. You see the way you and Wale did the same room that day. So the
Akin, it doesn't depend on us. It depends on her. If she wants to join us next week, we're available to host her. Do you understand?
No, Lily.
As long as anyway, some of us have accepted our fate. That if you're going to oppress us, you oppress us. No, it's not the end of the world.
No, she's coming solely on her own accord. So it's not a family affair.
Before the Premier League has happened, but we'll get to the Premier League later. Like I mentioned earlier, it's one about nothing podcast. We've taken a 2 weeks enforced hiatus because of national grid and some other issues that we cannot even explain. Like sometimes you're just living in a country. You were telling yourself that if I move to this area, even Polish was when it was correct as if I move to this particular area, there's always lights. And national grid would be like, now you go tell me when lights go deep. I've been me go tell you. So these things, if you're in Nigeria, these things happen. There's nothing you can do about it. LMJ, because you guys won on Saturday now, Akin is not going to rest, Abby.
No, there's never rest for Akin anyway. Either they win, they lose, they finish second. So, I think he's in a perpetual state of unrest. You know what that is in physics now?
In Asha, the verse biology for school there. Don't see back in Asha. But speaking about the Arsenal,
that's what you are here for now. At least.
So waiting because what's not the question now concerning the Arsenal game now? Because I don't understand. Or is it about Premier League generally?
No, it's about Arsenal now. Have we started?
Okay.
Let me rephrase.
Right. Can I ask you a question? No, before you rephrase your question, can I ask you a question? So, Are you happy that you guys are back? Are you still a Man U fan now? Are you back? Are you back to being a Manchester United fan?
I've always been a Manchester United fan.
Okay.
I've always been a Manchester United fan.
I just wanted to be sure. I just wanted to be sure. Okay. Go on with your question.
Yeah. So our question is Arsenal on the path to the normal second trophy? Is it too early? Is it just 30 more games to go? Or is this going to be a pattern? Odegaard is out, Saka is out. What do you think is... you guys have Liverpool in the next game. How well do you think you guys can salvage whatever it is left of your season? Or is it too early to say you are salvaging the season?
We're not salvaging any season. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you said it yourself, there are 30 games left. So... if there's anything, if history has told us anything in this league, anything is possible. So I'm optimistic. I can say that for sure. It's not over until it's over. Yeah.
You can't see the confidence in me.
You spoke like
confidence in you.
I'm not speaking like an Arsenal fan. I'm speaking like somebody that knows that, you know what, we just week 8 and there are like 30 games left. There are 30 weeks of football left. So if you are in my shoes, what would you say? Huh?
If I was in your shoes, I would say Ten Hag is Ten Hag, Arteta is Arteta.
Well, we based on that different, we understand who have more confidence then. So between myself and you. So I mean, because Arteta is actually better by far than Ten Hag, I'm still confident regardless.
Yeah, but
okay. So aside the fact that the whole squad is actually we're having to deal with injuries, number one. I feel like Arteta actually lined up the best midfield trio yesterday, left for me. And the reason being that I think he's yet to actually conquer one aspect of him that I've just been calling him out on. He needs to take more risk. And when I'm talking about risk, like this is the time whereby you need to start giving minutes to like some players that, I mean, I would think that in a scenario whereby you had one area on bench, you're lining up 3 midfielders that there's no creativity or whatsoever, if we're being honest with ourselves. I mean, you have the likes of Merino, you have Rice, and you have Partey. And Partey sits deep. So it's not as if like you're pushing him ahead of like Rice and Merino. So there's just so much you can do up front. So in that sense, you want to like take a little bit of risk, like introduce these young players. Waneri is the best. And the time you introduce this guy, he shows that if you give him a little time, he's still going to like show some poise. Like, you know what, there's still some things he can actually do. So he needs to start trusting those young players more. And because
to buttress your points, somebody said Arteta has replaced Ten Hag as chief of Talibans by playing 3 holding midfielders yesterday.
Bro, as in I saw that lineup. You know, the funny thing is that I went back to my alma mater because they were having homecoming, right? So I thought I was going to watch that game there. So I went quickly in the morning because it was like a road trip. On getting there, right on time, Atiwo, was it 15 minutes? Was it like barrier card? I just
that's something we also need to address. Why are Arsenal players all getting red cards? Because you cannot just continue to blame a conspiracy. No. What exactly are Arsenal players doing?
I don't know. Like the circumstances are different. Like the circumstances in which those cards were displayed are different, obviously. And we can say largely they are. So a lot of them are actually due to indiscipline. Let's be honest with ourselves. Like it should. I don't want. You know, we as a team, we always have this regret at the end of the season. Like, oh, if we had won this particular game. I'm very careful. Like, I don't want to be part of those people that at the end of the season, they're like, oh, if not the red cards that we take, if not for the red cards we're giving in certain games, we should have actually, no, it shouldn't be that. So whatever is happening right now, they need to be cautioned. They need to be disciplined in the sense. And I won't be one of those that are actually blaming referee and saying, oh, the VR is doing this, the same call was done today. Why didn't it? No, I don't want to do that. You need to control what you can control. What you can control is how you play on the field and the decisions you make. So for him to have actually just like held that guy in that position, for a defender like Saliba, a lot of people still feel that he's fast enough to still catch up. I don't know how true, but he has displayed scenarios in this season and the last season whereby he's actually like attackers are ahead of him and he still catch up to them and make a sliding tackle and blocks the shots. So that was what they were expecting. So he didn't make a very great decision at that point in time. So, like I said, it could be just indiscipline is just is rising up, and probably players like Saliba are just feeling comfortable. I don't know. It could be a lot of things. Like, and you won't know until like maybe 24 hours. I mean, you just need to figure out what's happening with the squad, Arteta. You just need to figure out.
To be honest, trying to buttress Akin's points, I felt like Saliba, even if he doesn't catch up with him, and whether the goalkeeper fails to save the shot or not, and they end up scoring, it's early in the game. You can still get into the game, and things can still happen.
Thank you. So he didn't make a very
on his own part. To be honest, some of our listeners have told us that we discuss too much football and sports on this pod. So today, I've decided I'm going to spice it up because I saw a particular topic somewhere that would actually interest, from a guy's perspective, that would actually interest you guys. And I think I'll just start with Bolly Share, because a particular guy said what's the pettiest reason you refuse to date another lady? And the guy said, oh, she came to my house and she fried 6 eggs. And I was like, how is that?
6 eggs, no, for
easy not to date somebody.
Is it just for
her? She came to my house and she fried.
Is it for the both of them or what?
Just for her now, like, oh, feel at home, I'll be back. And she fried.
Wait, Farabale, when he came back, did he count the shells or what? How did he know?
If you're buying eggs in pack, or whether it's plus, whether it's crate, if you buy eggs in pack, if you buy small packs, they come in 6. The big packs come in 24 or so. So if you've bought a small pack and maybe it's a pack of 6 and somebody has fried 6, and you're like, if this one can fry 6 at once, I don't think I'm safe. Anyway, that was his own petty reason.
So
Polish. I don't know if somebody goes to your house to fry 6 eggs.
Nah, I usually don't have issues with people eating. So far they eat and they're not wasting the food. I don't have any problem with what people do with food.
Actually, yeah.
So far the person eats it and I can afford to, except I cannot afford it. That can be a problem. Maybe the guy was projecting that this one that first visit is eating 6 eggs. Maybe when she now feel at home, she eat 20 eggs. So that's why he's cutting ahead. So, but regarding food,
I don't know. I mean, people also read a lot of meanings, like you said, to a lot of things. It could be looking in the future. If this guy is already eating 6 eggs, I won't be able to save money.
So for me, I don't think I have petty reasons. I don't think I have petty reasons. I think maybe if I see that person cannot communicate properly, that's person is always, the English is not very English. I don't know if you understand. It's very.
That's maybe. I can't hear you.
If the English is not English, like the person is always making mistakes, and you are conversing with the person, and you feel like, nah, this will not work out. So I think that's probably something. But I don't think I have any specific or I can't really think of any petty reason. I'm not a petty person. Let me put it like that.
I've never gotten to a point whereby that people that genuinely tell themselves that before a relationship should start, there has to be some sort of sexual reference, in the sense that they have to be involved sexually to know where they stand. And I'm sure there are people that have experienced the idea of, okay, maybe sexually, this baby is going to kill me. That's another petty reason for you to say, okay, if I get into a relationship with this one, I'm going to die.
No, but you can't really know, because conversations, chat doesn't always translate. You can be with someone and then the chat is purely straightforward, and then when the person is the nastiest, and you can be chatting with someone and then they are super chatty about sex, and then when you guys meet, the person is not even good. So I don't think you can just use that to predict.
But I feel like time tells too now. Like you guys.
Oh, you're saying after you meet the person.
But you guys have been dating and stuff. Yeah, over time.
Not even during dating. Like before you start dating, maybe you met.
Before you start dating, maybe. Polish is right. People lie now. People cannot actually say that, oh, they are this, and then eventually you get to know, or they boast, and then eventually they are just average, below average. So, like I said, people lie, people fake a whole lot of stuff just to like come off as, you're trying to impress the person, first impression kind of thing. So people do all manner of stuff. They lie. That's why at times too, there are certain questions you're not supposed to. Depends on what your priority is as a person that is trying to like date somebody. I mean, get your priorities right. If it's got about whatever that is important to you, you ask. And I mean, I don't know. That's just what I
feel like you're speaking from. I feel like you're speaking from a lot of experience, but I'm coming. Madam will understand anything we do today is in the past. Do you get? I'm coming to LMJ. I'm sure your own pettiest reason is not because she was supporting Liverpool or Man City.
No, I wouldn't call it petty, but I think the personal experience I had was I was on a case and she said no, and I just stopped. Then a couple weeks after, she was on my case, and I was like, babe, you said no now, and she was like, she expected me to apply pressure, and I told her, I'm not Makalele. I cannot be applying pressure. I'm not a DM. I've always been a winger in my life. So it's not petty, but I feel some people would also regard that as petty. But that was just my personal.
Wait, what do you mean by you can't apply pressure? I feel like before, not now. Now there's no time. Everybody is like this tipping economy. Everybody's on the high. Like, don't waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. I feel like before. Timing is very important in the sense that you should apply pressure for like a certain amount of time. Then after that amount of time, you can give up and move on. So when you say like you don't apply pressure, are you saying like if you ask a babe out now and she says I'm not interested, you are moving on to someone else?
I feel like this is an illusion of the fact that there was always time. There was never time. And like it's not like investment, or it's not like a contract that I'm trying to win. Like if the intention has been known, if there's like at least before you start making advances to a lady, you would see signs that to a reasonable extent she has a thing for you. And when you start communicating, you communicate for 1 week, 2 weeks, and she's just dragging the issue. A month, she's dragging the issue. Like, I really don't see the point. Or that's the way I have always been wired. So, and that was the way I dealt with that. I felt like, oh, maybe the signals I got were not correct. Okay, maybe she was dating somebody else and she was not confident enough to tell me that she's in a relationship. And I felt, oh, bro, it's time to move on. So for me, that's the way I see it. I really don't think a relationship, in the true sense of it, should be something where you need to assume somebody into being in a relationship with you. So it felt awkward when she came to tell me that I wasn't applying enough pressure. I was like, so why were you now deboying in the first place? Why were you saying no? While you're actually, like, it's silly when you see these things online. They say when a lady says no, she does not mean no. And we've had cases where they've accused guys of it's very silly. So when a lady says no, for me it is no. So everybody moves on. I think I was in 200 level then. And after a while, she was on my case. Like, it got very aggressive that she was on my neck. And I'm like, this is awkward for me.
Right, 200 level. That everybody, 200 level, almost everybody had the lowest GPA. You had all the time in the world.
Wait now. There was no time. Like there's no time to like. Because suppose that period now,
That's
like,
true, yeah.
you can see why I say this.
200 level. 200 level was my lowest GPA. Someone would have said, it would not waste my time. Nah, I get your point.
Akin, before you dive into your own pettiest reason, please tell Elemeje that you
I
also
don't have
need
a
to
petty
apply
reason.
pressure. Didn't you apply pressure for madam?
Reason. I don't have a petty reason, man.
Okay, but did you apply pressure?
Did I apply pressure? No. So I actually met up because of the let me just say just the way it's not going to be long. So the way I met was like through dating apps, you understand? And because I was really, really, really like what's the word? I was intentional because it's so hard to come by with like Nigerians and maybe Africans, let's just put it in that bracket, right? So I did it, and this app is just one of those things that will actually help you filter. You understand? Like you can easily bet your money that you get a Nigerians, and that was just the thing. And then I just met her. Oh, she's a doctor of psychiatry. Okay, cool. Because you put your profile, the kind of jobs you're doing and stuff like that. And then we met up like, let's say Wednesday, Sunday. We already going out. We went out for a date, and I told her about my intentions. So I said, this is it. I'm not so a serious person. And then it was black from there.
So wait, so the question is going by this approach. I think the question will now be not about your current girlfriend. No, that's not the question. So along the line of while you are scrolling through this app, what were those things that you would see, for example, that immediately you just clean up? Let me tell you one.
Definitely. Let me tell you. I know. Okay.
I actually just remembered one. If I know that it's comfortable with the idea of fraud, or that I can sense that they've dated someone as a fraudster before.
Okay, that makes sense.
Dated a Yahoo boy, whatever, like that one.
That makes sense.
I will not say anything to the person's face, but
okay, so
I will probably just ghost the person. Like once I just have that inkling that this person has dated a Yahoo boy before, or a fraudster, or they are comfortable with the idea of dating one.
Polish, let me slow you down. Let me slow you down. Why would you go to person? Financial reasons or what particular reasons?
So that means the person's moral compass. It's not as if maybe I'm the most morally upright person or something like that, but it means that the person's moral compass is completely, completely screwed up, and they are comfortable existing in that space. That's one. Then two, obviously, I work for my money. I sweat night. I'm a 95%. I'm not a container. I'm not started on offloading containers. That means every amount I spend has to be accounted for. I don't have like unexpected, unrealistic expectations of
you cannot
getting
be pressing regularly.
500,000 or 5 million out of nowhere. Yes, we continually place our 100 naira to win 100 million slips from time to time because we keep trying that. But generally, that is just that's like playing the lotto. You are not expecting it to come. It's just something you do every weekend, just to
It's like a hobby.
Yeah, you put it in the air. You're not expecting anything to come from it because you're not. I'm not like those ones on Twitter that spend 500k on one sleep. I can't afford it. But put 1,000 naira, 200 naira just for it to be playing. That's not a bad idea. But other than that, my money that I make monthly, I cannot go and start pressing on some. For example, someone that has been dating a Yahoo boy, that means is used to a particular kind of lifestyle, spending in a particular kind of way, getting some particular things. That kind of person will probably think it's a normal thing for some things to happen or expect you to meet up with those kind of things. So to ensure that I don't develop high blood pressure at a tender age as I am now, I will avoid people like that. That one is even non-negotiable. Once I have if I don't know, fine. But once I know or I have an idea that this has happened before or more.
So I think Bolish's question was what did you see on the app?
On the app, yeah.
No, so I mean, I saw quite a lot of stuff. So majority of times, like you're going to see people that when you put it out there, or they call them. I know there's a name they call those people. They are fishing for those that actually want to do. You understand? Despite the fact they don't have anything they're doing, they don't have anything they are actually working on. So, if for me, for instance, I was so particular about the fact that they have to be like working. You understand? Because I can't date somebody that maybe didn't go to school or didn't pass through the 4 walls of school and don't have a career. And you see a lot of them on the dating app. In fact, they'll be the ones that are actually matching with you. You understand? And what I do is just I call swap. It's not like I'm saying that people that didn't go to school are not suited for me or anything. I'm just saying I feel more no, because there are certain things that are more relatable.
Oh, you don't want to marry Silifa? Eh?
Bro, I'm in the US for crying out loud, man. I'm in the US for crying out loud, man. If your household income is not on the average, like a certain amount, like in the maybe 6 figures, there's a problem, to be honest. And there's a reason why the race in this country that has the highest like household are like the Indians and then the Americans. Indians first, and then the ones I can't pronounce, but you know what I'm trying to talk about. Where we are, we call them the Akata. So because they tend to like build their household such that both the father and the mother, they're actually working. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm going to be looking in the long term, like aside from the fact that I first have to like connect with the person like emotionally, I'm also saying, do you have something? What's like? So those are the things that I look out for. And if the person is able to hold intelligent conversations,
business,
show the capital business, you understand? So and then I shift to like, let me even just rank the way I go about it. Face cards for me. If your face is lovely to see, smile, like force it first, and then the person has something they are doing, and then the person can actually hold intelligent conversations. I'm good to go. I'm not someone that could really. I think I'm good. So that's what I base my own selections on, or what I go for. So that's what I have to say. I don't have much of. I don't know what I can't.
I want to come back to what you saw, like the whole face card and what ticks your boxes in a bit. But I feel like it would be unfair if we don't buttress Elemeje's point of applying pressure sometimes, because the way I say it is, women are complicated and not very complicated in the same breath. what do I mean by not very complicated and complicated? Sometimes hard to
Tell
understand.
us, Minister of Women. Tell us.
But what I mean by not complicated in the sense that if a lady likes you, you will know. We're having a conversation with a bunch of guys, and one of them pointed out to the fact that what is he
Please
doing?
go on.
He's doing an Ocho Cinco.
One of them pointed out to the fact that if a lady likes you, you would know. Once you start receiving vibes like, why are you calling me? Or can I call you back? I want to go and close the fridge. No interest. Not really interested. I've seen, unless the very extreme cases. I've met people that have extreme cases of whereby they don't like phone calls. They prefer to chat from now till whatever it is. Like they rather chat with you than make phone calls. But if the argument at the beginning is, oh, why are you calling me? I don't like calls. She's not interested. Anybody that's interested in you would call you or would pick up your calls. And another thing is, if you say you are doing talking stage, because that's like the intro.
I don't agree with the call part.
I was about to say that, but I want you to land.
So
I want you to land.
Because
no, I don't mean call you regularly. What I'm saying is communication in the sense that if you send a message, communication is going to be easy. In the sense that
sure. But
you call
phone call because
you get the call back.
People have anxiety to
yes, I get that. That's why I said there are extreme cases. But the whole idea of, oh, why are you calling me? I want to go and close my fridge, all those things. And so I called you earlier, you didn't pick it. I'm calling you again. No interest. Move on. Like Element just said, don't apply necessary pressure be going to your house. But on the whole case of what you see, and Akin is talking about having a career and all those things, as in, are we overlooking sense of humor? I feel like sense of humor is a big deal in any relationship.
No,
because God forbid you go and batter the wrong person.
No, I think the conversation is just about the petty. What are the things that you would see that will make you not, go. It's not really about, okay, what are the characteristics you are maybe looking for. I think it's just like the known, non-negotiable things that you witness. I say, no, I can't deal with this person. If you start to go flip it to the other way and start talking about, okay, what are things that you want or you want to have or experience in a lady, then that's a different conversation. Then you can start talking of sense of humor, what's it called? Being smart or brilliant, or even just being lively about themselves and stuff like that. So there are many things you can talk about. But the conversation we just had is about, oh, you do this, I don't think it will even work out. I think that's why we didn't bring up sense of humor.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to point something out. I had a friend one time that claimed the reason why he couldn't date a lady was because she was snoring. Lo and behold, he had a sleepover one day, and I told him I was going to record him that, Alaye, you snore too. He was like, I did not snore. Lo and behold, his snoring was like when a broken tipper was trying to climb by an hill. And I'm like, listen to yourself. If this is you, and somebody needs to adapt to this, why are you now using this as a yardstick for breaking up with somebody?
I think that's another thing that we also need to point out. Like people have one of the pettiest reasons why they would never actually date somebody, and it feels almost like as if, I don't know, like of all things in this world, I don't know. Are there not certain things that you can actually compromise on? Like, I was snoring like very important to you. Is it that before it doesn't make you also sleep, or because to me, if someone is snoring, okay, I sleep so fast. Like about doju, if I close my eyes, I'm done. So there's no point like someone maybe snoring beside me, I wouldn't know. So it's surprising the petty things that people actually.
And that's actually very petty, because snoring is not something that most people have control over.
You can't control.
Exactly, you can't control. Yeah.
Usually maybe you are tired, fatigue, sleep apnea. There's so many things. So that is a very, very good definition of petty, something that is very petty.
Very petty. Very, very petty.
To be honest, I think
the funny thing is, I feel this is why we need a lady's perspective. You see, the way we are looking at it as being very petty, some ladies will tell you it's a major deal breaker. And
well, I don't think such a person is ready to get dates then.
You can't say that.
No. Because if the reason why, I'll tell you why. My reasoning being that, okay, if the guy marks ticks but it doesn't snore, who else knows what else? I will be very dead and you're like, you know what? Yeah, it doesn't snore, but this one too, I'm not comfortable with it. I don't know. That's how I see it. Like there are many more stores. I don't understand. Like
I agree with compromise, but the fact is, you see this whole discourse is a very fickle thing, in the sense that someone that does not snore while you were dating, God forbid, they have a medical condition, and 6 years into the marriage they start snoring. How do you deal with that? So like it's. There's different shades to this thing, but at the same time, I feel like people give excuses when they are not ready to take responsibility. That is what excuses are for.
So what I will say to Akin is along the lines of compromise and whatnot is that people can have different reasons why they will decide not to be involved with someone, and we cannot speak for women, obviously, because even men, there are men that also have some petty reasons, like, oh, she's not tall enough, she's not short enough, things like that. So people can have reasons, because it's not as if the person can decide how tall they are or how short they are. But some people will decide that this girl is not tall enough for me, and therefore I won't be involved with her. So there are different reasons that people have. So you cannot say someone deciding that snoring is the hill they will die on is like not their right. They can't do it. It's just that they have to be careful what the person that is not snoring will do to them, or what, like, it cannot be the whole barometer of their way for judging, who they will be with. So I think that's just what we can do. But don't worry.
In my own opinion, snoring is the wrong deal to die on. It's the wrong treat. What do I put it? It's the wrong pettiness to die on, or whatever it is you want to describe it, because we can't continue snoring one. And sometimes Akin mentions the fact that he's a deep sleeper, and once he's gone, he's gone. He couldn't care less about the whole snoring thing. For someone like me, that if you even move, I can wake up. Do you get? So snoring is, at some point, I feel like if you like someone, it's hard to find someone that ticks all the boxes. Do you get? It's hard to find someone that ticks all the boxes. That
very hard.
So someone ticks majority of your boxes, you live with snoring. You would find a way around snoring. You put earplugs. You would sleep you would find a way around. Snoring is something that you can find a way around. Do you get? Bolish was talking about the whole idea of physicals now. Like, in terms of the physicals, you can't find a way around it. Do you get? Whereby
this thing you guys are talking about, I think is a very good time for me to bring up. I don't know who else has been following this Love is Blind thing, right? I don't know. Like, because I get like a summary from people, internet people, and then there was this guy, they showed a clip. The guy was, obviously they're married and they're like no plans on the lady's part to want to get pregnant in like maybe in 3 years times, right? And the guy was like saying that, okay, how do they go about sex in that regard? Because as for him, he doesn't want to put on a condom. He now pushed it to the girl that, what do you think you can do on your own part? The girl says, I can't use birth control because our body reacts to it. It's either she gets fat or something, delays menstruation cycle and all of those things. They were just going back and forth that she has no problem if he uses a condom. And the guy was like, sex is supposed to be enjoyable. Why should he put on a condom? That will she enjoy the sex if he puts on a condom? The girl said that she has no problem with that. So it almost seems like it's a deal breaker right now because there's an impasse between both of them in that regard. Like, what do you think is the problem? Like in that sense, like what do you? Because a lot of people are saying they might as well just break up because this guy doesn't look like someone that wants to even compromise by wearing a what's it called, a condom, and he will even take the offer of like going for a vasectomy. I don't think anyone should be forced to do a vasectomy, but if you can't pick up the option of like a condom, what are you doing?
Make I condom marriage counselor for free. Marriage counselor for free. No pay, nothing.
No. We're giving ideas here now. Like I think this is a very good.
It's not for free. Don't worry. You can go first. You have the floor. I think Bolish's phone is ringing.
No, I feel like discourse like this has to do with understanding between both partners, in the sense that condom, vasectomy, every other type of family planning has its own pros and cons, in the sense that condom or not, there is also limitation to how effective condoms are. Vasectomy is very effective, but is irreversible, because once you close up,
there are some that are reversible.
Okay, maybe they can stick to the reversible.
There's temporary.
If there's a temporary vasectomy, okay, maybe that's. Mm-hmm. But I'm quite sure that there would also be some reaction, some side effects.
No side effect really. No side effect really.
I don't know much about that, but I feel like it's
a lot of men are just scared about the idea.
It's like, that, for example, now the one I know very well. No, the one I know that somebody did, they would have to clip the vas difference. So, like, if they clip your vas difference and your semen cannot pass through your vas difference, it cannot be like when you are normal. Like, I might have a little bit of, how would I call it, skepticism towards it, but it's just my personal preference. So, I feel like it's based on the understanding of the two people involved, because it's only the guy and the girl that's involved. They need to sit down, talk, and then come to an understanding of what would work for the both of them. Whatever outsider would, whatever advice, now advice of a medical practitioner or their doctor can now come in. Sure, you get. And it does not really mean they will take to that advice, but it has to be a discourse of understanding.
But why would the guy wait?
Like the two of them, they have to be on it together.
I don't know.
To be honest, I feel like the easiest option for them is still condom. And as much as the guy is this whole idea of it's not enjoyable, blah blah blah, and all these things, it's just excuses. I'm sorry, because of all the options you've mentioned, vasectomy, after morning after pills for the lady, blah blah blah, and all those things, they have side effects. For the lady, the morning after pills have side effects. We're talking about vasectomy being temporary or irreversible or reversible, whatever it is. With condom, yes, you are saying condom. Yes, condom is not 100%, but it's still the safest method, with the one without side effects. So if you are going to go into a relationship or a marriage and you feel like, I'm not ready to have kids now, and it's a relationship. And
sorry, is it a marriage or they are still dating?
No, so the way Love is Blind work is that he already proposed. They just need to walk down the aisle and then the minister just like pronounce them husband and wife.
So Love is Blind. I have not seen the show before, but I'm assuming that they probably don't know themselves before.
They dated in the pod for 2 weeks without seeing one another. So really, there's a wall between both of them, and they date for 2 weeks.
See, even the way they met and the whole idea of how they met is flawed, because expecting to meet someone inside the pod Kongani for 2 weeks and knowing each other enough to get married is both silly, crazy, and stupid at the same time. It doesn't make sense. So if the foundation of how they met is already flawed, according to your Bible, it says if the foundation has been destroyed, what can the righteous do? So the foundation of how they met is already
what
destroyed.
is according to your Bible? What is that statement?
Yeah,
Your Bible.
your book now, the Bible. So you cannot say you met in the pod for 2 weeks, and then that's why you're having this kind of conversation. I think I think before two people can decide if they want to get married, at least I think at least, even if they've known each other for a while, but from the moment they start dating to when they decide to say, okay, I do on your altar, I think they need at least 4 to 6 months at the barest minimum. And that 4 to 6 months is assuming that they are close to each other and they see each other more often. Because sometimes some people can be dating and they don't see maybe once in 2 weeks. You can't, if you are seeing someone just once in 2 weeks or once in a week because of work, schedule, and all that stuff, you can't know the person enough. Not talk of, oh, you want to go to the altar. Because I think people always, maybe because over there, they get married to get divorced. So divorce is like a normal thing. So people get divorced in a year, get divorced in 6 months. But if your plan is to get married to have a successful marriage, I don't think the conversations is enough for you to now decide who to marry. And that's why they're having this problem. Because if you have that conversation with someone that you spent enough time with, whatever compromise that needs to be had is something that you can come to, that you can agree to, and discuss.
Just to add, maybe I don't know if this contest help. I feel like based on what the guy is, he wants to be able to like do skin and then not worry about like pregnancy.
He's the one that does not even want the.
He's the one that does not want to wear condom. That you guys get the problem.
Why are we discussing it? The guy does not want to get married now. I think that's
exactly. You get selfish. Let's just move on.
That's what a lot of people are saying. They're saying, how is this girl not seeing the red flags? Like, and she's still saying she wants to go ahead with it.
It looks like purple. It looks like purple. It's not fully red.
Scarlet red.
Anytime, maybe the guy is a fiscal spec. Anytime people see that,
no, really, yeah, you're right. The guy is
the red flag starts.
You're right. He's tall, everything. He's attractive. So Bolish is actually right because it's written there. The guy is so selfish. Also, why? The guy said, "No, you know what? I'll just go with it."
Before we even call it a night, I don't know if you guys saw this story broke before we came on air, where I'm going somewhere, indulge me. They said Tokemaki has tied the knot with Farouk. For those that know the gist,
who is Farouk?
Whiskey Farouk.
The Farouk that was introduced to Sharon. She introduced Farouk.
Wait. No, take it back. Calm down. Sharon, the one that just got married.
Yes, Sharon was dating a guy called Farouk, a Lagos big boy that has money called Farouk. It was Tokemakiwa's bestie, apparently. So Tokemakiwa introduced Farouk. The gist that time was Tokemakiwa introduced Farouk to Sharon, but she went, at least allegedly, she went to the back to go and be collecting Epon and money from Farouk. That's why the fact that she was the one to introduce Farouk to her friend and say, this is my friend. Do you get? So relationship shall scatter one way or the other. Sharon is married now. Then we saw pictures online today that Toke is getting married to Farouk or has gotten married to Farouk. And there I'm wondering, this whole idea of introduce me to your friend, I like your friend. There's a reason why I know people that will tell you that I don't even want to be in the middle at all. If you like my friend, pass my back. I don't want to be there. I don't want you to put me in the middle of introduce me to your friend. So I don't know how you guys see it. Like Akin, for example, now, a friend of yours is watching this podcast and she says, introduce me to Bolish. Would you go ahead and say, no problem?
I will gladly hook Bolish.
No, but let's be serious. That's a different scenario now.
No, let's be serious. I don't think I've ever done that, and I don't think I would do that actually. Hooking people up with somebody. I don't know. Man. I don't know
Male
how I
to
feel
female
about it.
bestie. Wait, male to female bestie and male to male bestie or female to female bestie. There are two different scenarios.
Obi Bobo should break it down. Nice.
Because what this scenario are saying is Toke introduced Sharon to you see, you never get book. They find out.
She Maka no Dimuye.
It's different because if it's male to male, because I think I've introduced someone before that okay, this person I felt like okay, this person will make sense for this person. I've introduced them before, and it was okay. But when
No, are you friend to the lady? Are you friends?
No, with the guy. With the guy.
And you introduced the girl to the guy.
Yeah. Someone asked me.
How do you know this girl?
Someone asked me. Someone that knows me asked the lady asked me. I don't know the lady like that. Someone that knows her asked me about the guy, and I said, okay, this is my friend. You can meet him, blah blah blah. And they dated for a while. I don't think they're still together anyway. So they dated for a while. But me, I'm saying if someone should come and say, this is my bestie, I think in the first place, yes, if you find out on your own or separately, that's a different ball game. But someone comes to introduce someone as their bestie to you and they say, okay, you want the bestie wants to date you or you want to put you in the midst of bestie, it's a dangerous position to be in. I don't advise it. I don't advise it. Eagles.
Sensei Bright.
I think when issues like this come up, if I talk in the comment section, people will actually come for me. I'll be like, maybe I'm trying to get cancelled and stuff like that.
You'll get cancelled now.
To start with, I'm very sorry to say, there's no statement that you include to Kemak wine that I take serious. So immediately you said to Kemak wine, I'm like,
bomb.
So I'm like, okay, what have we here again? What do we have here again? Because the whole concept of bestie, we know it. This pseudo celebrity pseudo or whatever it is status that we're trying to attach to these people. They have a frivolent lifestyle, sexually, financially, mentally. They are not stable. These people are unstable people. So when Toke Makiwa says somebody is a bestie, and you look at the guy, and she's now saying she's booking the guy with somebody. For somebody that has allegedly slept with every reasonable, influential, strong man in the industry, am I surprised? No. Is it just worthy? No. The old gist that some Lagos celebrities are.
But why are you calling those men that she has slept with reasonable? And if you don't take Toke Makinwa serious, but then you call the men that she has slept with reasonable.
Okay, I think I used the wrong adjective. Influential.
Yeah, because those are the things they will cancel you for. Like
no, I really don't care. They've told me more that I hate Mube more than the times they've mentioned my name. So am I surprised? No. So but I feel like the gist does not even hold water because it is Toke Makiwa. Are we surprised? Like I think that should be the question. Are we all surprised? The four of us, are we surprised?
Are we surprised?
To be honest, you have a point because Toke's image or whatever she portrays herself as is not really the hallmark of morality or anything like that. So like I guess you have a point there, but I think altogether I think we are trying to have a broader conversation. Let's even ignore Toke or no Toke because I think that's not that. I think Bright is right that if you hear a gist that Toke slept with someone's husband or something, which allegedly happened or whatever, you probably will not be super.
They will cancel the two of us. At least I have brother in canceling now.
Okay. No, allegedly now, you guys are not, except people are just blind to see. I
don't cancel.
I feel like.
Anyways, but what I'm just saying is the broader conversation is around. Can you trust your bestie's recommendation? So the question is
people, it's not about
how close were Sharon and Toke before she introduced Sharon to Farouk and stuff like that. So I think that's the question.
It's not
But
even about how
generally-
close they were. It's about introducing people to like introducing people together. How comfortable are you doing?
So, for example, now I
such
cannot
thing?
introduce anybody to Wale. Except the person insists.
I don't understand.
Except
How did I
except-
get it?
Except the person insists that okay, oh, this Wale guy, oh, I must get his number. I'll warn the person
I must
ahead.
die here.
Say, he's an elite photographer
Oh, Wale,
who
they
does
spoil your brand.
private and public shoots, and he's good at his job. Being
Private
good at
and
his job
public
now,
shoot.
being
Damn.
good at his job now means that what is a coveted asset. So, and what is one thing that we know women love the most? They love taking elite photographs, and he's an elite photographer. So, I would make it clear. Are you ready for the conversations that comes with moving and shaking with an elite photographer? If you are fine, no wala. But I'll first instruct you and give you information. You want to enter gang. so there are people that I cannot introduce.
But
Yeah,
the guy that you introduced and the relationship didn't last. How did you feel when you heard about the situation? Do you feel
No,
like
they had
it was a
they had
fault
a
of
good-
yours?
No. They had a good relationship. Just relationships end sometimes. I think so. I will make it clear, I will make sure. I'll make sure that you know that I'm not a judge, because nobody will call me in the middle of any conversation. My brain immediately shifted. So that one, you don't. You can't cut me. I don't even like having my own personal conversation. Not talk about having conversation about someone else. Please don't. I'll slander you on the phone. So that one, if it's clear, once you agree that okay, it's Wale Yayo is entering, and you will not call me, no wala, I will introduce you.
Wale, what do you have to say?
Wait, are we just going to Maluk?
I think on the broader note, my only issue with the whole concept is the fact that the term bestie, like Gen Z, when Gen Z say bestie, it has been polluted. I feel like there's no bad thing in introducing two of my friends that have consensual interest in each other. Sure, you get like for me, my own standard. If I call somebody my friend, I understand the fact that Bolly does not consider Wale his friend. That's why he has mislanded.
Wale is my friend now.
So, but if I consider somebody my friend,
no.
Female friend.
No. Don't muddy up the water. Wale is my friend, and I know him very
and
well.
I have a female.
See, forget. Don't speak for yourself. Don't speak for me.
I know that she's of high quality.
Don't speak for me.
It was a KDB band. So now, if I have a female friend of good quality, like why not? I feel like I can match them up. Like not all relationships will lead to marriage, but if I cannot tell you I want you to date my friend, you cannot date Wale. Wale is a terrible person. Oh, sorry. Wale
Wait,
is
why is Wale coming up every time? What's happening here? What's Wale? Why? What's going on here?
No, we're just making. We're gonna make an example and use cases.
Bolish, you have won today. Do you understand? You have won today's battle. You have tarnished my good name. I'm not going to say anything.
No, I didn't tarnish
until next time.
I just said I will make the state terms and conditions clear that okay, this is an elite photographer who does,
You don't have to explain again. It's enough.
Public
Do you
and
understand?
private shoot.
Whatever good name I've spent years building.
He's an elite photographer and he's an elite Onishino. Sorry, he's an elite man.
I did not say anything about.
I
just mentioned
whatever it is like this. Because I cannot be in one breath, I cannot be complaining that I'm single. And in the second breath, my friends are constantly tarnishing my image on YouTube, Twitter.
It's not a complaint if you're single now. Are you ready to mingle? That's the issue. You've not given us that certainty or that knowledge, so we can't take you serious, bro.
How am I even going to mingle when at every opportunity these guys find. They are tarnishing my name on YouTube or Twitter. Anyway, this is not the Wale podcast. Bolish, I'll get you next time. No problem. 1-0. You don't
My
touch
hands
this
are
one.
clean. See how clean. We should shine.
So our viewers and listeners out there, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The Overreaction Monday for NFL returns tomorrow. Thank you so much for always being with us. And to our listeners that have complained that we only like Barcelona and Arsenal so much, that's not true. We just try to. Sometimes we have limited time to try and discuss whatever it is that we have to discuss. So we have to find balance in terms of doing what we do. But thank you so much for always rocking with us. And yeah, Akin will be expecting Madam next week.